Good morning, sisters. Good morning. Hello there. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, good morning to you. Everybody's getting ready. We got a lot of students here helping us. What school are y'all from? Impact. All right. How about y'all? Everybody, go Spartans. There you go. A little bit of school spirit. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. This video. Hi. Good morning.
Welcome.
Everybody's getting ready for a great A21 walk. So thankful everyone is here on this beautiful morning. Lots of coordination, lots of planning goes into an event like this to make it fantastic. All right. Check in for A21 right here. Set up? All right. Okay, pretty much everything is set up. All the hard work is done. We have our photo booth up. We have our volunteer station, registration. And what's really nice is we have great music, a DJ. So you can see the check-in. So everyone comes in and gets a bracelet. And we have some very special organizations. We have Elijah Rising, and their mission is to end sex trafficking through prayer, awareness, intervention, and restoration. So we have Chick-fil-A. That is providing food for everyone that's setting up, and we've been here since 7 this morning, so they bring in breakfast sandwiches. We also have Second Baptist. They bring in ice water for everyone. And then we have Hope Rising. They're an organization that serves the Houston corridor. They're actually in Brenham. And they are committed to providing hope and restoration through church and victims that have suffered from human trafficking. And then we've got the station for anyone that wants to write a card to any of those that are recovering, that are trying to get their lives back on track. And then, of course, we sell shirts to raise awareness, and bracelets and candles, and these candles are actually made by some of the victims that have been recovered. So you can also see the road has been blocked off, and we already have our monitors that are getting set up, and it's almost 9 for check-in, and it's just a wonderful event. And then, of course, Rolling Brook Fellowship Church that provides us the facility so that we can host this event in a safe environment, and they've been so kind. We also have a lot of communities that come out. We've got the Baytown Sun, which is our local newspaper, and then some of our service organizations. This is Kristen. Kristen has been our primary coordinator for this event and has put countless hours in. We're all so proud of her. Hey, how are y'all?
Our 5th annual year for our our Walk for Freedom in Baytown. This is actually the 6th year for A21, which is the global organization, but this is our 5th year for Baytown to be involved with that walk, and we're so pleased about that. I want to give out some thank yous and shout outs to several people, so if you'll bear with me, I just want to say thank you so much to Beta Lambda Kappa sorority. We are the hostesses for this walk. We could not do that without our hostess, our host, which is our site, Rolling Brook Fellowship, to the pastors and ministerial staff there, as well as Second Baptist. They have been our longtime supporters of this for over 4 years now. Also, thank you, Chick-fil-A Baytown Garth location. Taylor Hinkle is the owner, and Susan Harper is out here. They have been out here as well for 4 years. Karen Teresa and her husband David, they are our photographers, and they believe in this cause as we all do, and are donating their time and their beautiful photography for today. Baytown Sun is also out here. We have our Baytown Police Department. Our officers that are here today have been donating their time since we started. That is Officer David Alford and Avalette Hernandez, so give them a thank you. Mayor Capitino is here. Thank you for being present and supporting our walk. We want to also thank the Public Works Department and Health Department. That's Kevin Hilliard and Donna Smith for your participation and help in us getting this organized. And thanks to our local booths and sponsors. We have Elijah Rising Baytown, Hope Rising, and it doesn't look like our Baytown Police Department Special Victims Unit was able to come today, but she has been here for the last couple of years, and so thank you all for coming out and supporting the Baytown Walk for Freedom. We also have a couple of top fundraisers, so thank you to Carol Skews and Janine Eitz. They are our top 2 fundraisers online. And we have received, as of midnight last night, over $660 donated online. And then, of course, we're accepting cash and check donations and online donations today. I do want to let you know that the online donations are still open through October 31st. So if you haven't had the time, or if you wanted to share that information with someone else, then they will accept that and extend that till October 31st. Our top 2 registered teams today, shout out to Chi Alpha Delta Lambda and Rotary Club of Baytown. Thank you so much for registering your teams and being here for your support. So why do we walk? Why are we here? A21 is a global organization that started in Australia and has branched out to several other countries. And today I want you to know that we are walking in 475 locations and in over 50 countries today on this day around the world. And we are going to be reaching over 70 million people through social media. So don't forget to take your photos, your videos, and put them out there on any form of social media. And also remember to do your hashtag Walk for Freedom. So make sure you put that in there. But A21 is a global anti-human trafficking organization dedicated to abolishing slavery everywhere, forever. And with millions enslaved, over 27 million living in modern day slavery, that seems overwhelming. But through A21 and even through the local organizations, we focus on one man, one woman, one child, and making a difference with that one. They use a holistic approach to abolishing slavery through reaching out, rescuing, and then restoring the lives of those that are victims and the survivors. And so today, the Walk for Freedom, like I said, this is the 6th year for A21. We first heard about it from Barbara Wilson's daughter, Kayla Henry, who was working with A21. She volunteered and then made it a job for over 6 years with her now husband, Josh. And they first came and she shared what was going on, and that was the first time we had heard about it. And then that next year we wanted to do something about it locally. The support and the awareness that we created, there were 134 operations resulted in offering assistance to over 300 victims. There were over 10,000 calls made through hotlines. 19 court cases were won. 38 traffickers were sentenced to over 1,000 years in prison. 48% increase in calls related to trafficking from the year before. and over 4,000 frontline professionals have been trained. Through the hotlines, over 64 victims were identified and assisted through calls that were made to the hotlines. And those are the numbers we're going to be passing out on those human trafficking sheets that you have in your hands. So if you don't have one, grab one at one of the tables. If you see a passerby, we're going to pass that information out, because you never know if they are a victim or know of someone. Another campaign that we've been doing is the letters, and the words of encouragement that you can offer to the victims is, you just don't even understand the power of love in those words. And so if you didn't get a chance to do that, please take time to write a card or two. Instead of hearing these messages, this is what you told them. So instead of hearing "you are nothing," they heard "you are amazing." Instead of hearing "you are pathetic," they heard "you are strong and courageous." I'm going to get emotional. Instead of hearing "you will never be good enough," "you can do this." Instead of "no one cares about you," "we believe in you. And if you die, no one will know or care about you. You are not alone." So I want you to know that those words, even though you don't know the person that's going to be receiving it, those words are powerful, and it's meant directly for them. So just find those words and share that love and compassion, because they need it. And so with that, I wanted to also share with you, there is a next step. This is creating awareness, getting you to come out and we're going to be in that single file line. We are sending a message to the community, but the next step is going into action. So, thank you for being here.
All right, what a beautiful day in Baytown. First, I need to recognize we have Councilwoman Heather Bincourt with us here today, and also in the shadows somewhere, a former colleague of mine, former Councilman Terry Sane. He's hiding from me, but he is there. So I just want to tell you a little bit before I read a few things. Not until last year did I even hear about A21 and the Freedom Walk, and so last year being here and looking at the event, and it continues to grow and it continues to gain awareness, and that's the whole purpose, I believe, of these events that happens globally. And so for me, a lot of people may not think that human trafficking, which is modern day slavery, that it even occurs. We think that we may be immune to that here in Baytown, but that is not the case. I can personally attest to you that I know of at least one instance where things take place here in our city. We're along a major interstate corridor, and those type of things are the type of corridors that feed into human trafficking. And so with that, it is certainly good to know that we have organizations that come together to go and try to bring awareness to this worthy cause. Houston being a major metropolitan area here, not too far from the southern borders of our country, it is a hot spot for human trafficking. And so the more awareness we can get, the more education and the more funding that we can raise, obviously we can go and try to bring those people, get them identified and get them out of the shadows. And I know there's a lot of educators here, and they see what happens in our schools, and believe it or not, there's people that are intertwined with some of that, and some of these kids that you don't know who they're living with. Some of those people may be, in a sense, in a situation they can't get out of. So I don't think we're immune to any of that. So with that, let me just hit a few highlights that I know of on this proclamation. So as we know, that human trafficking is the recruitment, control, and use of people for their bodies and for their labor, and it's the fastest growing organized crime in the world, affecting millions of people globally. Human trafficking is real, usually hidden in plain sight, and is tearing at the social fabric of every nation and economic structure. A21 is operating in 12 countries and is determined to eradicate human trafficking through awareness, intervention, and aftercare. A21 combats modern day slavery through a multi-dimensional operational strategy of reach, rescue, and restore, through partnerships and efforts of supporters all across the globe that truly believe that slavery can be prevented, that victims can be identified and assisted, that perpetrators can be brought to justice, and that more survivors can step into a life of independence. So whereas for the past 10 years, A21 Walk for Freedom is a global response to human trafficking, an outward expression of our inward desire to see slavery abolished everywhere and forever. And whereas today we are walking locally You're making a global impact. Your steps alongside thousands of others around the world are advancing a global force for justice that is greater than the injustice, one that will result in freedom for every single human life. So now, therefore, I, Brandon Capetillo, Mayor of the City of Baytown, Texas, do hereby proclaim October 19, 2019 as A21 Walk for Freedom Day in Baytown, Texas, and urge all our citizens in joining the effort of eradicating human trafficking throughout the world. Signed, Brandon Capetillo.
If you can find somebody to be here, if you don't have it. Freedom Declaration. Slavery still exists in the 21st century. Please join in with me and we'll start again. Slavery still exists in the 21st century. People like you and I bought and sold as commodities. People like you and I in this city and in this nation, but you and I are here today. We refuse to just talk about injustice, to simply post about it. Instead, we're here together in strength and numbers. We have the power to change the statistics, and we're changing them right now. This is our walk for freedom, a walk for justice and human dignity, a walk for hope and restoration. From Australia to Ghana, India to Brazil, all over the world, we will abolish slavery with each step. Let's never forget that we don't just say it, we believe it. A world without slavery is possible. While human trafficking is destroying lives, we know that freedom will have the final word. That's why we exist. That's why we're here, for freedom.
We have a few announcements. At the very end, we're going to gather together for a group photo for the Baytown Suns. We like everyone to, don't run off. We're going to gather right here at the very end. You will be asked to carry a poster today, so when we do walk, we need you to grab a poster. They hand you one, our students. We also would like in your phones to save the date of October the 17th, 2020 for next year. So if you'll put those in your phone, just walking straight down, right down this driveway, and we have some ladies and gentlemen that are down at the end, and posters are being handed out.
That's all we get in front of you.